Let's see what's going on here. We're just doing a quick live stream. There's a lot of stuff going on. So, give you guys the updates. Oh boy. Let's do a little sound check. Oh, sounds like we're working. Little sound. Alright. Grab my tea, see if anybody shows up. And I'll put you guys down to what's going on. Why the hell is there a whole bunch of tea on my floor? That's not supposed to look like that. Real fast. Okay. Oh boy. What's up, homies? I can give a minute, see if anybody pops in. I'll give you guys a. I know a lot of you friends and foes will be coming in to tune in. Over the past couple of years, I predicted a lot of things, you know, and sounds crazy, or I'm mean, or I'm making stuff up, and blah, 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 blah. But now, you're about to see it, you know, and we'll see what happens with the interwebs and YouTubes, and how far we'll be able to go after this. So, see who pops in. But yeah, I just want to let you guys know I'm still alive, I'm still here. Maybe later. Okay, I gotta fix something here. Hola! What's up, bro? I gotta fix this. So, have you been paying attention to the internet laws that have been popping up in the UK and the US? So, on the 13th, they're gonna start doing age verification and all this other cool stuff that nobody ever asked for. So, it's gonna be interesting. Hope everybody's ready. Oh man. Okay, wait for the chat to pop up. Oh, you did hear? Hey, what's up? Who's that? Crossover Thrash. Oh, what's up, man? So I haven't been able to do any live streams because I've been preparing for stuff. You know, I also had a little sinus infection, so I took a week off. I'm alive and kicking barely, man. I got really sick, sinus infection, and on top of that, we're getting ready to do the next training retreat thing. Tifu Shirley's coming down, one of our students. They're arriving tonight, and it's going to be a weekend of Kung Fu, and you'll see some content coming from that. As for the channel, and everybody's channel, I don't know what's going to happen, because, you know, with the amount of crazy people that have been trying to come after for the last, 10, 20 years, I'm not giving anybody, I don't trust anybody with my information, so if that's the case, I'm saying goodbye to the YouTubes, I mean, like my account's been around for a long time, so I should be fine. But, people think I was crazy, but this is the reason why I don't use a VPN and I give them all the things they want to see, So get yourself ready. I can't mod anybody tonight. I'm only going to be off for like 15 minutes. Now, hopefully before the internet apocalypse, I'll do one more guitar stream. Oh yeah, man, I've been in this game 25 years. You know how many hundreds of people, gangs of people try to take me out, corporations, like the amount of death threats and goons coming after me and everybody trying to take me down. How many people in the Tai Chi world robbing my life so they can be little fucking wannabe superstars? Literally, how many people have I made a career on YouTube? You know what I mean? And how many of them hate me? So, people are weird. It is what it is. But we're all we are. And the people who are listening will be prepared, and people who won't. But I told the trolls, I told them this day is coming where the AI and the super suppression and all this stuff, you're going to see a lot of these tough guy trolls and their fake accounts and all their gang stalking bullshit, a lot of people are in a lot of trouble soon. A lot of trouble. And I've been telling them for years, and they didn't understand what I said. I planned for 10 years. Well, surprise, motherfucker! Everybody said I was crazy and a conspiracy theorist, right? Who's the bitch now? Who's the bitch now? Oh my God. So it's going to be interesting to see, like, you know, the UK, Australia, all those people are they're in a lot of shit because they're going to be so locked down. If they fart the wrong way at somebody, they're going to go to jail. Like all this like tough guy fucking fake account bullshit running around like causing trouble, all this shit's fucked. And the faster that they start implementing AI, you're gonna start seeing a lot of other weird things happen where the AI is just analyzing people's stuff and seeing who stole whose shit. So it's gonna get interesting. So that's gonna be one cool thing. Zablow! This is some Brazilian shit. So it's gonna be interesting, guys. So just prepare, you know. I mean, we're walking into zero trust internet, where like literally like you're not gonna be able to wipe your ass, you know. And it's gonna be fucking glorious. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. So yeah, that's my rant. You know, I want to do at least one more guitar stream just for fun. And then I'll decide what I'm going to do after the new AI controlled, super controlled, like government fucking psycho globalists take over and see what they do. Because, you know, there's gonna be benefits and there's gonna be downsides. You know? Like, and with all the AI laws coming out, a lot of the fake content, there's gonna be a lot of weird stuff's gonna happen really fast. You see like channels like getting shitted on and then other channels popping up, the algorithm's gonna flip inside out. You know, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. You know what I mean? But I'm not planning on releasing any music until they finish solidifying this AI law stuff, where like, you know, we know that we're not going to get robbed. What's up, buddy? So that's my thing. You know? But I have some plans. I'm just not sure what I'm going to do. So the music stuff, I'm just waiting a little long because it's just not a good time. You know what I mean? Like the age verification on Spotify, everybody's robbing everybody. You know, everyone's like, you know, fighting for scraps. The same thing in the Tai Chi martial arts, it's the same shit. You know, like everybody's hit a ceiling of copying other people's shit to be famous. You know what I mean? So they're hitting a brick wall and it's all like repetitive bullshit. And that's why part of my plan was to only like put out certain things. Like for instance, I put out 5-string sequencer in plain English, and like the whole community started like doing that stuff. Well, I appreciate you guys also. I mean, look, I'm here out of spite and to influence the, you know, like social engineering is the interesting thing. Okay, so I put out Tai Chi, you know, the 5-string sequencer in plain English. The amount of influence that video had over the community. And how many people, their careers were made off of that video, and I didn't get any credit. But here's the problem, and here's the thing, like, and for Clement. Right, so now, that's what's the part of the plan. See, that's why I never show any of the other stuff. You barely see me spar. Like, if you go to the Sifu Shirley's, you know, the Tai Chi United page, you'll see me, like, sparring a little bit now. You won't see me do any of the real shit. Why? And Clement, I told you about this before, and this is the thing you have to worry about. You can learn all these 5G tricks and all this pushing hand bullshit, but if you skip being able to actually do the boxing and the chi sao and the sparring, you don't have the vehicle to actually use that stuff. And that's why all these guys who do the fancy shit, they look like they're fake, because they only do it in their little communities, in their little circles of fuckery, in their echo chambers. That's why you have all these like posers with everybody with the fascia. Right? Everybody's on everybody else's dick just to get views because they don't care about serving the community. They care about getting views and say, look at me, look at me, look at me. They're not doing it to help the cause or to serve people. They're doing it because they want to be YouTube famous and make money off the views. Does that make sense? My whole thing was, I didn't go fucking making money off the views. This is just for me to make some friends, get a little bit of content, and then, you know, it helps me sell private lessons. I make my money on private training. I never once had any intention of ever making money off of anything I do on YouTube. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck if I have 100 people or if I have 5,000 people. I get the same amount of sales conversion in real life. So for me, the views don't mean shit. Whereas other people are doing it just so they can look cool and make money off of advertising revenue. And that's why everybody's fucking biting off everybody's shit. Everybody's the fascia and the secret to this, and they're all stealing other. It's a circle of fuckery. You know what I mean? And it's gonna end soon because they've hit the wall, right? All their content is stale. They really don't actually do anything with it. You know what I mean? So, the girls just landed. So you're hitting a brick wall, and it's not just the Tai Chi world, it's a lot of content. Because the YouTube is, yeah, but Clement, what I'm talking about for you is to perfect the game. You know what I mean? To make sure that, you know, like, because I don't check people's channels. Like, I haven't seen your channel in like a fucking year, I'm sorry, bro. I don't leave my little bubble. Unless you show me to go there, I won't go. But my point is, what I was telling you is, make sure that your sparring game is expert beyond, where you have no problem, like, handling anybody in any, you know, like, when you look at me do 50-50 with anybody from any style and look decent, you don't have to win all the time, but you have to look competent. You know what I mean? And not be like, oh, I'm only gonna play with this person and this, yeah. You know what I mean? Because then you're not really on the, you know, like, because there's a limit. And then all the other stuff, it looks like tricks to get views. That's what I was trying to tell you last year. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying about most of these people. When you're talking about content, these communities of people are chasing, because with the YouTube and the Instagram, they gamify these systems. So these people, like the creators, don't realize that the same way they get viewers addicted to scrolling, they get creators addicted to the bells and whistles of getting views. They've gamified both ends. And the creators don't even realize that they've been addicted to the game. And when you're thinking in that way, you're going to chase things and your whole intent line is different. So that's why you have this stagnancy. Where like in real life, the Tai Chi community is a fucking shit. The fucking martial arts community is a shit. Because they don't care about each other. They're all chasing this false fame, and half of the views are fake. Half of the fucking internet is bots. Probably more than 50%. Look at the engagement. And then on top of it, you have channels that are botting their channel for views. So on top of having fake bot views that are already organic bot views, you have people paying for views. That's why you have influencers with 1 million fucking followers who do an event and 0 people show up. There's girls who like, these girl influencers with like 1 million followers, they do like a meet and greet and literally 0 people show up and they're crying. That's the world we're in right now. So the cool thing about what's about to happen with all this like super globalist control mechanism is that you're going to have this byproduct of half the people are going to disappear because you're not going to get rid of this trolling and stealing and 50 fake account crap. They're also going to kind of get rid of a lot of these fake bot views because they're losing money in advertising. And then you're going to see that these people who have been living stealing people's shit and helping suppress those people while they live off this stolen shit, these fake people, they've hit the wall. There's nowhere else to go. The content's stale. So you're gonna have a chance. All the people who follow me who actually have a fucking soul and try to be original and like you'll take something from me and make it your own, right? And you try to like be yourself. You're not like I'm gonna steal this guy's thing and that guy's thing just so I can fucking make myself on this little soapbox platform thing. This whole influencer shit is dying. You know what I mean? And it's gonna die a horrible fucking death. So my thing is I'm trying to keep lay low and prepare for the next wave. What's the next wave gonna be? You know? But you gotta look at what happened to society and how the last 15 years from Instagram on, what it's done to people's brains and communities. You know what I mean? It's bad. Like, look at the Tai Chi world. It's fucking, it's a fucking cesspool, like, mostly online, it's toxic as fuck. You have all these little subgroups of everybody saying, my dick is bigger than your dick, blah, 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 because Sung Ting Wong and Hung Tu Lo, you know, they're the best teachers in the world. You know what I mean? Everybody's full of shit. You have, in real life, you have nice communities of people, but you don't see them online. All the people in real life who have communities that are cool, they don't have anything online. You notice that? You know, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. So hopefully the good byproduct of all these crazy laws coming is it's going to shake the system. You know what I mean? So prepare for that. That's why I hope, you know, that the good guys are going to have a little moment. You know what I mean? All you guys that were getting screwed over, you know, like, and on top of it, people who are on YouTube now, they're not engaging anymore because most of them are watching on TV. You see what I'm saying? Anybody who has a community, don't go on the internet. And you don't have anybody like me who's like just straight up, there's no persona. This is just how you see me online. It's how you see me in real life. You don't have this old school video blogger guy anymore. You know what I mean? It doesn't exist. So I'm like the fucking anomaly. I'm Neo in the Matrix. I'm breaking the fucking Matrix here. Like, how many people are gonna come to you and tell you the truth? Because they don't give a shit if you watch my channel or not. You know what I mean? Like, how many people are gonna go online 30 days in a row and just say, all right, I'm just gonna play music, you know, 30 days in a row. You know, I don't even know what I'm gonna play. If you don't like it, fuck you. Like, there's nobody who's gonna do that anymore, you know? And that is what I think is the next wave, is like being honest and good fucking people and not trying to be this fake fucking, you know, paper tiger fucking whatever this shit is. And don't get me wrong, there's a time and place to sell a product, right? Like we're working with Taiji United. Obviously, we're going to be, you know, starting to sell, like, as we go on, we'll have, like, you know, fancy product pages with, like, you know, high quality videos and instruction, all that shit. There's a time and place to sell your product. But when you're making yourself a product, you know what I mean? And like, just like everything is fake about you, and then you're like, no, and you wear your silk pajamas, and you sit there, and like everything you do is super edited, and you fucking pluck your eyebrows, and you make sure you fucking wipe your ass 40 times. You know what I mean? This shit's gotta stop. So hopefully, that's what I'm hoping, that the good part of all this crazy, insane, totalitarian, draconian censorship is that it's gonna make a small opening for the good, authentic people. You know what I mean? And what I would say to you guys is prepare, because it's not just the little fucking censorship. They're gonna change the algorithms. The AI is way more advanced. I've been telling you guys my little psychic prediction shit for 2 years, what was gonna happen. You guys cannot comprehend how advanced this AI is and how it's everywhere. You don't understand. Like, you know, I'm not trying to call you guys stupid, but I'm saying that you don't even have the capacity to comprehend what we're about to see and deal with. So it's next level shit that's like, you can't even make a movie about it. They're not ready. Nobody's ready. And within like 18 months, you're gonna have AI making AI making AI. It's gonna be like, it's just ridiculous. You know, I don't know how to explain to you in a non-goon tech level. Bro, that's nothing. That's nothing. They can do. Have you seen the crash out videos on fucking on TikTok? Like the crazy racist crash out videos. Like, bro, bro. Yo, it's crazy. You know what I mean? And that's the least of our worries. What I'm talking about is, you have an AI, like, imagine your entire video catalog. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I have like 300 videos. This AI can completely analyze everything I've ever done in a second and a half. Okay? Like, my entire life. In a second and a half. And comprehend what's going on. And that's what I try to explain to these trolls and these idiots. And I said to them, like, you don't get what's coming. It's, you know, and this is the karma. You know, all the little fucking, like, you know, internet retard gangs and all the thieves and all the fucking content thieves. Bro, it's gonna get wild. It's gonna get wild. So just hold on to your tits. Anyway, the U.S. is the last bastion of any freedom, and we even have the same kind of laws they're going to try to pull off on us. But it won't be as bad because, you know, there's going to be some fight. But honestly, the only winning end game is for America to team up with Russia, stop dealing with the Middle East stuff, and go take over the EU. Like literally like invade the EU and save the EU. Forget about Israel and Palestine and all this stuff. Take all resources away from them, okay? Join up with Russia, take over the EU, and then prepare to fight China, whatever the fuck's going on. That's like the only way we're going to save humanity, because this is how fucked it is. You know? So, I hope that my rant is entertaining and informative. I gotta go in a minute. I gotta get ready for tomorrow. So, well, I didn't want to leave you guys hanging because I haven't been on since my birthday. But I was just like so tired because like that week I was training people, and then like my birthday I was like I'm so tired to go out. And then the next day I went out and I got like fucking, I was so hot, and then I got like a sinus infection from like I don't know what it is, mold or something. And I'm like, I'm taking a vacation. So it's like I'm just gonna hide. I can't deal with people anymore. I'm too tired. You know, it's way too tired. I got a little bit of time left. Oh, yeah, I got a little bit of time, but that's the lead. Listen, the framing people, they don't need AI to do that. But what I can tell you is, and you can't trust anything you see on the internet anymore. Like literally anything. Am I an idealist or a materialist? Why not both? Why do I have to be one or the other? You know what I mean? I'm both an idealist and a materialist. I materialize idealism and idealize materialism. Wrap your head around that. So, no, but what you have to start really understanding, worrying about more is, what your content is able to reach, right? What your goal is, like, because I don't know what your goal is, because you've been coming to me for a little, advice on like the tricky, Fajingi stuff. I don't know what your goal is for your content, why you do it. You know what I mean? So my point is, like, you guys are thinking the next 5 years. What is your goal? Like, why do you do it? I do this as a hobby here and to talk to people and hang out and fuck around and just to say F you to the man who couldn't take me out and kill me. You know what I mean? I don't give a shit about anything else. I was trying, I send my seeds of dissent, and that's why I do this. You know what I mean? But you have to figure out what you want to do and how you're going to play the system. You know what I mean? That's my advice to everybody who's been following me. So, and make sure that, your hand game is good. You know what I mean? That's my advice to you, Clement, is, make sure you're keeping your sparring game up and you feel confident that if someone says they walk into your school to spar, you don't feel like you're on your shit. You know what I mean? And that's what I would be worrying about. You know what I mean? That, because just being able to hurt somebody is anything, but as a profession, that's where it's at. Like, you have to be able to handle, that shit and look pretty. You know what I mean? Look as pretty doing the Fajing tricks as you are doing basic sparring stuff, or freestyle handling shit. That's where the stuff is, in my opinion, And that's why a lot of the type of people hate me, because, anybody from New York will tell you, it's just like, all right, let's go. You know what I mean? Like, I'm old and hurt now, but even now, you see me moving, I still got some moves. You know what I mean? But, that's my advice, prepare for the next wave of content, prepare for, the ceiling of all the reused content. People are bored, man. Nobody gives a shit anymore. You know what I mean? Like, how many times can you see this? It's like literally every time I go on YouTube and I watch to see what's going on, it's somebody who's making a video that's been made 40 fucking thousand times. You know what I mean? It's like literally somebody who's making the same video has been made for the second. Like, why do we need 50 different versions? It's not even like a different form. It's like literally I'm gonna do the same fucking video that somebody did, like literally since like 15 years ago. Someone's showing 24/4. I'm gonna show 24/4. He's gonna show 24/4. And they'll do the same fucking thing, but it's just me in my silk pajamas doing it. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, you know? You see, like, the music, like, the guitar internet is, like, dying. Because it's, like, the same shit. Fake guitar players, fake musicians, people doing covers because they're chasing the algorithm. And then nobody gets to, like, there's no community, there's no individuality, there's nothing, you know, new because everyone's gamified into keeping you in the system in this loop, which forces you to create shitty fucking content. It's like the system, the gamifying of the viewers and the content creators has put the algorithm into producing shitty reused content in hopes that people will come back to watch the same shitty reused content. So, you know, I feel like this bubble's gonna break, and that's what my advice is. Prepare for that break. And hopefully we survive the fucking net apocalypse and zero trust world. Because we're getting to a point where everything will be blockchain, any, you know, living and non-living organism will be on the fucking ledger, and every single thing that, even a fart, will be measured. You know? And your life will be nothing more than part of an algorithm, and like, what your, like, you know, social value is will keep you alive. You know, there's going to be algorithms that are going to decide which zones are not necessary and who should be, like, you know, to decrease the surplus population of useless eaters. All right? So, you got 5 years. That's what's going to happen. Any questions? Cool story, right? Cool fucking story. Oh God. Well, I gotta start working out again. I believe in it? Yeah, of course. But the problem is, okay. The problem is how far away there's a couple of things. We were poisoned from birth, right? So the idea is that you should be able to sustain yourself by something, because like the way that we're designed, we're like a mix of plants and animals. Like, you know, we're like this weird fucking chimera thing. I mean, so yeah, we should be able to survive on sunlight and fucking air and what's in the air. But to do that, you'd have to be trained, you know, or acclimated to do that from a younger age. And you also have to be in a position where it's not poison. So the air is poison, okay? The fucking sky is poisoned. It's like the Matrix. They fucking clouded the sky to fucking, you know, dim the sun, and everything's poison. So in this stage in the game, the food is poison. You know what I mean? Everything's been poisoned. Because the things that own this earth and run this fucking place are a psychotic death camp. You understand? Like, the truth it's very obvious. When you remove yourself from the system and observe it as a third-party observer, like you're not a human, and you just watch the game, where the world and everything is basically infinitely reproducing food and stuff, right? They systematically removed all the fruit trees. So I'm from the hood, right? In the 80s and 90s, you would be in the hood, and there would be wild berries and fucking, you know, fruit trees everywhere. Everywhere. They got rid of all the female trees and left only male trees. Why? So now you have pollen, which makes people sick. You don't have anything that's produced. Right? These fucking corporate cities are death camps. They're like literally like these fucking prison places that do nothing but parasite off of the other farmland. The blue areas, these blue corporate communist hellholes, just parasite off of the red farmlands. Right? The red areas produce and the blue areas consume. They produce nothing. You notice that? And this cycle of death is what's like being fought with. So when you talk about Rotarians, you have to look at the system that we're living in, this closed dome system, and how much poison is there. To be able to sustain yourself on poison air and poison light it's hard. Getting to fruitarian is where you should be at, where you can sustain yourself on nothing but fruit. If I can afford it, that's what I would do. But you'd have to be able to find organic fruit and sustain that. You understand? Like if you're like poor and you're living in an area that you can't get that, it's fucked. I've been getting food poisoning from the fuckers, does the entire fucking food supply is infected with biotoxin. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, I've been constantly sick because everywhere I go, vegetables are poisoned. Everything's poisoned. So I'll eat some salt and vinegar chips because I'll be poisoned and I will have fun with it. I mean, I've been a vegetarian for 25 years, since I became a Buddhist. And the only thing I would eat is cheese or eggs when I don't have enough money or there's no food around, right? Because other than that, if it's up to me, I would be eating nothing but fruit. That would be my entire diet. Can't afford it. So, the only thing to do is we can get free range egg and like fucking cheese to supplement your diet when there's nothing else, everything's poison. Because the goal is not to kill anything. You know what I mean? I'm not like the oath that I took was not to kill anything. And you have to go down the line of what's the worst you have. Now, if the apocalypse comes, I'm gonna have to fucking eat squirrels. It's not gonna be if I want to or not, you know? What are we gonna do? But, to wrap it up, yes, vegetarian is very possible. It's extremely possible. There's records of a few people doing it, but not in this poisoned world with fucking electromagnetic fucking poison, you got fucking all kind of, everything's poison. So, that's that. Let me check the update. Any other questions? I got about 5-10 minutes. Any concrete questions, anything? I mean, who knows? You know, like, I'm going to do this training session with Sifu Shirley this week. And then I think I'll be done right before the 13th. So I might do one more stream before the internet apocalypse happens. Nothing? Gonna watch me eat fucking chips? No one, you're not gonna miss me? If I disappear off the internet, you're not gonna miss me, guys? What the hell? No. I believe it. I totally believe it. Was it called? Post it in the Discord if you can. I'll check it out. And yeah, Clement, I've known people, you know, who said that they've done that before. I actually might have seen that black guy do that also. But I met some goons in my early years, like some Indian guys and some weird dudes that like they saw that like all this crazy shit, and I believe it, you know. I totally believe it. So I can tell you, when I was younger training, I went 40 something days with no food, just water. I went like, you know, on a hunger strike to see how far I can get. I mean, I got really fucking skinny, but I didn't die. It was pretty crazy. So, I know it's possible. You know, I mean, I got really skinny, but I didn't feel sick or weak. It was really weird. But I got real skinny. What? Yeah. What? You come up? What's up, that boy? But predictive history, I'll check it out. You should definitely post it in the Discord. I like to see some Chinese professor try to be more accurate than me. I wonder how many of these trolls are shitting their pants right now. It's like, you know, there's a point where you can't be that crazy to keep denying what I've done. You know? And that's another thing. Like, I figured, you know, like, there'd be more people in the Tai Chi world who've seen the predictions I made and how accurate they were, that they'd be talking about that a lot more. You know, it's kind of weird how quiet everybody got. Is what it is. All right. Well, anyway, I just wanted to make sure that I said hello to you guys because today's it's the 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th. So I might be back on the 12th. Oh, you use game theory? So I use a little bit of that also. So yeah, that's the thing. You know, my autism kicks in. So it's like whenever I do like any kind of reading, I'm doing both. You know what I mean? Like part of it's that actual remote viewing, psychic, intuition, prediction. The other part of it just being autistic and having really high pattern recognition. You know what I mean? And if you don't recognize like how I can play guitar, the way I play guitar, and see like there's obviously some kind of autism pattern recognition. I don't know what to tell you guys. You know? Yeah, but definitely put it in Discord. I'll check it out. I'm not going to be able to really watch anything for the next 4 days because I'm going to be training. I'm just going to be training in 4 days. So you won't really hear from me for at least 4 days. I think Tuesday. So if I'm not like vomiting and shitting myself, I'll stop in Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay. What was that? Oh, okay. Oh, well, cool. I'll definitely be down with that. I mean, I love that kind of shit. Because what I do, I watch everything in 2x speed. So I put everything in fast forward, and I just like, I can't watch things in regular speed. It makes my brain hurt. When I was younger, I used to practice speed reading with these programs. Like they would read it would read the PDFs, like they have like a line, and it would also speak the PDF. And I put it like 2,000 words a minute, and like, I'm just doing that all day long. And like after that, like my brain broke, and I can't watch anything on YouTube at normal speed. It makes my fucking brain hurt. It's like everything is too slow for me. The news, anything, I just can't do it. Like it actually makes me mad. It makes me mad, like, oh my God, get to the fucking point. Oh, jeez. It is what it is, Bill. What up? You want to say hi? Come up, say hi. Come up. I just got your beat. Come here. Come talk. Say hi. Oh, yeah, Papa. with Fatty. You want to sit up with him? You're going to go away. All right. The freaking fluff ball decided to make his appearance. Oh man, it's gonna be fun. Oh god, I'm just amazed that we made it this far, and you know how much evil, like we've all survived. Like me in particular. Like if you guys knew what the real story is and like what I did, and from 2017 to now, if you guys knew how crazy and how much crazy shit I've survived, you wouldn't. And the thing that's crazy, because the Tai Chi people, and like all these people that came after me, like I'm some like terrible person, not a single one of them ever shown any of these morals or humility. You know, what reach enlightenment? What does that mean? Right? Compared to most people, you could say yes, I have superpowers. I've seen the other side. I can do things other people can't do. But what's enlightenment mean? Enlightenment to what? Right? Like, you know, like what does that mean? Like, you know, you're talking about like Buddha level enlightenment, you should be able to walk through a wall. Like, not just what you think Buddhism is, what real Buddhism is. You should be able to look at this thing, put your hand right through it. If you're talking about like Buddha level enlightenment. But enlightenment in the sense of having knowledge that other people don't have. In that case, I definitely surpassed 99.99999% of these people. I'm enlightened. You know? But what does that really mean? To what standard? You know what I mean? What does that mean? You know? In order to be the Buddha, you have to become the bag lady first. So, I guess I would say that I've reached many stages of enlightenment, of learning shit that no one really wants to see. Because it's not sunshine and rainbows. When you look behind the curtain, it's not sunshine and rainbows. And I think the enlightenment part is being able to sit and be grateful while you're going through the shit. You know, while you're in a fucking war, you know, and not all wars are fought with guns. You know what I mean? Some are mental and logistical and fucking, you know, social. You know what I mean? But many times we have to, you know, get our hands dirty. And being able to see that and not attach to it and still be able to be grateful for individual moments and be in the present moment, to me is enlightenment. To be able to stop thinking that way and that way and move from each moment, to me, is a form of enlightenment that all these people that say that they're these martial arts masters and they talk the game, they can't produce it. And I produce it, and they hate me for it. And they try to rob me. But go back to my point. You know, when I was going through all this crazy shit trying to save the world, right? You know, like literally trying to save the fucking world, right? Like one human at a time. All these people, these jealous fucking psychos and these like little content thieves and little fucking community psychopaths, they're all these like community people. They're older than me, they have more people than me, blah, blah, blah. I'm on myself. And not one of these people ever did the right thing, the honorable thing. No one ever like sent me an olive branch. I sent millions of olive branches. People that were attacking me, you watched me do it. I'm trying, let's be friends, come to the Discord, blah, blah, blah. Until the point where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna fucking smash your fucking head. Right? Not a single one of these martial arts masters or fucking YouTube personalities, not a single one of them were good people that can prove they're a good fucking person. You know, and me, I'm the tough guy, but I'm not, you know, because I don't take shit. People don't realize you can't be good and be nice at the same time. What's up, man? Oh yeah, everything's fine except the fact that, you know, the internet's about to go zero trust and to fucking end is nigh. You know, the UK went insane. Australia's going insane. You know? And America's, you know, a piss throws away from losing everything. Aside from that, I'm great. My life is cool. Going back to the Buddhist thing is like, the way I survived all this chaos in my life, and everyone seems like I all have so much, because no matter what is happening around me, I'm always in the present moment, and I'm grateful for little things, right? Whether it's like eating, they say, just when you drink, drink, when you sweep, sweep, when you walk, walk. And being able to disassociate from all the other shit and just be in the moment for a second and say, wow, I'm happy I have potato chips. I'm happy I get to, talk to one or two of my internet friends. That level of gratitude and attaching to gratitude in that moment, to me, is the enlightenment that people should be looking for. And all the fancy Buddhism and this and that, in a practical sense, is learning how to live in the moment and be grateful. And live your life that way. Because when you live your life that way, then all your intent changes. Right? And that's why people didn't understand me. They think I'm like them. They think that I have the same, and that's why they can't beat me. That's why they can't, get me out of the fucking way. Because they think I'm them. They try to attack me how they would, attack themselves. What's up, my man? Thank you, I appreciate it. I don't even know how old I am, to be honest. My grandmother died on my birthday 8 years ago. I never celebrated my birthday. I haven't celebrated my birthday since I took the Buddhist refuge, to be honest with you. Like, other people celebrate my birthday. So I'm not even exactly sure what year I'm on. And like my birthday is really, because my grandmother died on my birthday. It's a whole other story. I'll tell you guys another day. But yeah, so if you're talking about the enlightenment thing, I hope this is making sense, because I know a lot of people they go into Buddhism and Taoism and they watch all these guys with their pajamas and their lineages and they talk this game and they're perfect on the internet, but they're not real, because they're trying to be nice, and you can't be good and nice at the same time. Reality is not that way. Reality is fucked up. In order to tell you about the real side of Buddhism with Mara and the demons, right, you can't be nice about it. Real Buddhism is not fucking roses, okay? There's fucking hell realms and demons and crazy shit, So practical enlightenment to me is being able to bring your mind on the moment and learn to be grateful and move with gratitude. Because that's when when you fight, your choices will be correct. You know what I mean? And that's the lesson. If you want to talk about what I believe my enlightenment was, that's what it is. That's what saved me from losing my fucking mind, dealing with evils that you guys would never be able to comprehend. You would kill yourself. Just one of the situations I've survived, I've survived hundreds of them, you guys would fucking slit your wrist. You wouldn't be able to handle it. And that's how I do it. You know what I mean? So, it's a spiritual war. You know what I mean? When you understand that, all this online stuff, when you see it, it's very easy. What up? Up against it. You get it? Well, I hope that answers your question, Clement. But these concepts are very difficult to people understand, because you can talk about it, but can you actually produce it? People talk about the mushit, the no mind, right? But can you produce it? I produce it. I show you, right? You see me 30 days playing fucking guitar for fucking 3 hours at a clip, right? Seeing how do you think I do that? When you see me spar, how do you think I do that? When you see me, how many times I've done it, I produce the result. Consistently, repetitively. Nobody else is doing that. So, that's what I'm trying to say to you guys. If you want the real shit, it's not going to be colored with fancy fucking yellow robes and pajamas. You understand? Good is not nice. You understand? What's up, champion boy? From the clock. I'm running with veteran. Things are good. Things are good. I was a little sick. I'm getting ready tomorrow through Tuesday. I'm doing a training session with Sifu Shirley and her students. So I'm getting ready for that now. Okay. Do you believe there's a physical immortal? To our perspective, yes. Yeah, everything's coming together while I'm falling apart, man. My body hurts, I was sick, still got a little bit of sinus thing. Seriously. But as for like a physical immortal, comparative to a human, yes. But this system is a closed system. Okay? So, relative to a normal human, you would consider them immortal. There's animals that live for a fucking couple hundred, 2,000 years that we have record of. And there's, well, but going back to the enlightenment thing, right? That understanding like Shen Yi Qi, right? Or like the spirit, your intention, and your physical energy body. When you, the observer mind, versus the ego intent mind, when you actually become aware in your observer mind, and you can separate that, that's where all the superpowers come in. Remote viewing and all this other crazy stuff. You know? And when you realize that you're not your body, actually understand this. Like, this is not real. Right? This is like I'm in a car. This is like my fucking spacesuit. You know, eventually you have to leave the spacesuit. It breaks down, whatever happens, right? So, is the non-physical aspect of you really non-physical? And that's what you have to ask yourself. When you're sitting there thinking your thoughts or watching your thoughts or whatever it is, if you're a fucking NPC that doesn't have an internal dialogue, whatever it is you do, the observer part of you, recognizing that it's separate from the system, is it not physical? Like, how do we know it's not physical? Right? Because we're considering physicality as density. But if you understand science, you can never actually even touch your own fingers together. This is not real. Like, nothing ever touches its top. Like, you know, it's all space and these little, you know, fucking dots. Nothing actually touches itself. So it's just things that have a relative density in stages. So is consciousness not a physical thing, but like science can't measure its relative density? So in that case, then we're all immortal. You know, the little fucking energy body that we're holding that keeps us, its actual physical thing. You know what I mean? So it depends on how you look at reality and how you look at science and what science says is the real thing. You know? That would be my answer to you. I don't know if that's too heady, too fucking autistic to make sense. But that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Does that make sense? But yeah, I mean, I think that's the most important enlightenment, is to recognize that who are you? Like, separating your mind from the Shen Yi Qi, right? Understanding the observer mind. I'm gonna get out of here in like 5 minutes. I really gotta go because I have Sifu Shirley coming down and I gotta like prepare the place. So, but I will see you I'll be back Tuesday. Because I want to get at least one more stream in before the fucking apocalypse happens. and we'll see how YouTube treats us in America. You know? But if not, you know, like, it's been a pleasure serving the community, you know, and being underappreciated. The few of you that actually made something from it, I'm proud of you. You know, like, keep it going, you know. But as for surviving, you have to get this skill, like understanding that you're not the thoughts, you're the observer of the thoughts, and become the observer and control from there, and live in the moment and learn how to practice gratitude on stupid little things. Every time you eat, pray and say thank you for the food. You know what I mean? It sounds stupid, it sounds minuscule, but every time you sit down for a meal, put your hands together and say thank you for the food. Right? Practice gratitude and stopping. Like literally stopping what you're doing and saying thank you. And, you know, that's what I mean, the difference between being good and being nice. Does that make sense? Because there's a lot of people here who play Buddhist and play Taoist for TV, and they talk with fancy riddles and they wear, but they don't actually live the life. It's a mind program. It's like a fucking costume they put on. Buddhism, Taoism, and Christianity, and all these things, these are fucking costumes to these people. They're all facades and masks. So if you can't stop and actually put your hands together and say thank you for the fucking food, does that make sense? There's no road to enlightenment. Because you can't stop and observe and actually connect to the fucking thing. Does that make sense? So, on that note, this is why I always used to end my Facebook streams, my preaching with, and your human tongue I say I love you, I am grateful for your presence, practice your gratitude, and I will see you next time. You know? People don't understand. It's a magic spell, guys. But I'll be back hopefully Tuesday, and we'll hang out, play some guitar, do the thing. All right, guys, thanks for your support, and it's going to be fun. See you soon.